Let's continue with the topic. Today's topic is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Basically, only flowering plants they are involved in sexual reproduction. Just all plants they undergo asexual reproduction. एक फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स होते हैं, एक होते हैं जिम्नोस्पर्म्स. जिम्नोस्पर्म्स एंड फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स को हम बोल देते हैं एंजियोस्पर्म्स. Angiosperms are the flowering plants or the plants in which seeds are enclosed within the fruit. They are characterized by it. ठीक है, the seeds are always enclosed within the fruit. Why this is so आज हम स्टडी करेंगे. हम नॉन फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स की यानी कि जिम्नोस्पर्म्स की बात नहीं करें, ठीक है, बट द सेम सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन takes place in those plants as well. अब सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में there are two parents are involved. First of all, we have already written about the features of sexual reproduction. There are more variations since two parents are involved. One parent has a particular set of variation, second parent has its own set of variation, and when the genes are combining, then there is combination of variation. So as a result, there is accumulation of variation. So more chances that the variations are there in case of sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, so single parent is involved, right? So in single parent, whatever small variations have taken place, that will be passing on to the next generation. So if small variation, but the percentage, say if I have say two group of populations. In one population, there is 10% variation. Second population, there is 60% variation. So we can tell which of these is reproducing sexually, which is reproducing asexually. Yes, okay. So this one is reproducing asexually, and this one is reproducing sexually. Okay. So इस type के questions भी आपको पूछ सकते हैं, right? So जिसमें ज़्यादा variations और variations के benefits हमने पहले ही पढ़ चुके हैं कि variation के benefits क्या होते हैं, कि led to evolution, है ना? Because niche in which the organisms are surviving, that's always changing. अभी आपने देखा है, आप बचपन में जैसा environment था, जो temperature वगैरह है ना, weather condition, it has changed a lot, है ना? तो changes हो गई हैं, तो मतलब changes should have taken place inside our body also. So the next generation will not be able to survive in these changes. तो उसके लिए क्या है, छोटे-छोटे variations required है, ठीक है? So variations are very essential. First of all, they help in survival. All this we have studied in our chapter reproduction, जब हमने उसको introduce किया था, ठीक है? So that's the same thing, but इतना याद है, इसमें ज़्यादा combination of variations होती है, बस इतने की बात. Now coming to sexual reproduction, since two parents are involved, so what will happen to the chromosome number? How chromosome number is retained? So chromosome number is retained by very good. It's retained by the formation of gametes. So what are gametes? Gametes basically are the cells which are produced by the meiosis, okay, which take part in the sexual reproduction. So all the cells do not take part in the reproduction. Only specialized cells they take part in the reproduction, which are called gametes or the germ cells. So basically there are two germ cells, that is the male gamete and female gamete. ठीक है? Male gametes and female gametes, all animals like we have studied, they are haploid. मतलब they contain, अगर sexual reproduction की बात करें, और organisms are diploid. Diploid मतलब 2 times the number of chromosomes. So chromosomes are paired. जितने भी chromosomes होंगे वो हमेशा pair form में ही present होंगे. Pair का मतलब क्या होता है? That one we have taken from our father, other has been taken from mother. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हाइट का जीन अगर हम अपनी बॉडी में बात करें, तो हाइट के लिए हमारी बॉडी के अंदर 2 जीन्स, ठीक है, द वन वी हैव टेकन फ्रॉम फादर, अदर फ्रॉम मदर. द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ जीन्स या व्हिचएवर इज डोमिनेंट दैट विल एक्सप्रेस इटसेल्फ, ठीक है. तो अकॉर्डिंगली दोनों ही पेरेंट्स इक्वली कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं टुवर्ड्स द जेनेटिक मेकअप, ठीक है. अ पेरेंट इज डिप्लॉयड, दैट इज 2 times the number of chromosomes. Parent से बने one parent, second parent. This was also diploid. अब यहाँ से बना gamete, which is an haploid. ठीक है. For example, this is male gamete. In case of plant, the male gamete is called anther, एंथर इज प्रोड्यूसिंग बॉडी, ठीक है, इट्स पोलन ग्रेन, पोलन ग्रेन के बीच में भी दो होते हैं वैसे मिलकर, एंड इन केस दिस इज द फीमेल प्लांट, ठीक है, तो फीमेल प्लांट विल प्रोड्यूस फीमेल गैमीट which is also haploid, ठीक है, and in case of plant it is ovum, and in case of animal male gamete is called sperm and female gamete again ova, ठीक है, in all cases male gamete moves towards the female gamete, ठीक है, in case of plant male gamete is produced in anther and anther, ठीक है, and female gamete is produced ovary, ठीक है. So before we go further, what the fertilization and pollination is, we should study what is the structure of flower. So एक बार flower की diagram draw कर लेते हैं, फिर उसके बाद, yeah, let's start with the structure of transverse section of flower. Next, यहाँ से लिखना शुरू करें. So we'll start with first of all the female reproductive part, the swollen stigma, the tube-like structure style, and again the swollen part ovary. Okay, you should start your diagram from this. Allow the ovary to rest over receptacle like this. This is thalamus या फिर receptacle. ठीक है, basically it's a base जिसके साथ stalk लगा हुआ है. This is stalk जो branch के साथ connected है. ठीक है, for the female reproductive part को और further करते हैं. Define. It contains ovule. Ovary के अंदर एक और circle बनाएंगे which is called ovule. We'll do labeling later on. And ovule के अंदर 1, 2, 3 तीन ऊपर cells बनाओ, then 1, 2, 3 नीचे and 2 cells in the center like this. We'll label the names of these cells when we'll be doing the germination of seed on the stigma. Right now, बस इतना ही. Then this is the female part, a male reproductive part. Female filament and anther, sort of dumbbell shape. ठीक है, अब 2 बना लो, 4 बना लो, doesn't matter. ठीक, लिफ्टिंग सारी बाद में करेंगे तो क्रिस क्रॉस होता रहे. अब what should be drawing? Petals. Draw 3 petals. Filament जिसमें ज्यादा भी बना सकते, ठीक है, doesn't matter. This is a typical flower. Not necessarily every flower is having same makeup. Then leaves, sepals, ठीक है, that's it. Now the labeling part. Let's start with sepals. Sepals are not one in number. Sepals are many in number, and they are mostly present in a wall. Wall क्या होता है कि circle की form में present होता है, ठीक है, पूरा. That enclosed wall क्या हो गया? Of sepals is called calyx. देखो, wall of sepal is called calyx. वो नीचे लिखते हैं. Sepals का function क्या होता है बेटा? Sepals basically help in protection of the flower during bud stage. Protect flower during bud stage. And of course, it's green in color, so it will be doing photosynthesis also. That's the secondary function, obviously. ठीक है, जब तक बर्डिंग स्टेज है वो बंद है तो वो फोटोसिंथेसिस तो करता रहेगा, उसके बाद भी करता रहेगा. It's green in color, so you can write down as the secondary function of it. But main function is the क्या? Protection. Moving on to the second, this is petal. The colored part, petal. Of course, petals are not single in number. They're present in different particular numbers, say 3 and 5 and इस तरह से present होते हैं. ठीक है. So कई बार जैसे like आपको 3 की layers दिखाई देती है. 3 की एक layer है, उसके बाद 3 की एक layer है, फिर 3 की एक layer है. वो जो एक layer है ना, that is called wall. ठीक है. So wall of petals is called corolla. 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 Corolla का या petals का क्या काम है? They are basically beautifully colored. They are scented. They attract insects for pollination. ठीक है. Moving on to the female reproductive part. Female reproductive part consists of 3 parts. First is stigma. ठीक है. The sticky part, stigma. फिर उसके बाद स्टाइल मेरे पास जगह कम है इसलिए मैं पेटल के ऊपर ही लिखती हूँ, आप बाहर निकाल के लिखना उसको लाइन का पूरा. And the last one, this outermost ovary. Remember ये outermost part को ही लेबल करना है आपने, this one. मैंने अभी black color से outline. ठीक है. Together, stigma, style and ovary is called, yes, petal or pistil. Yes, pistil, या carpel. Again, carpel or pistil is not present in single number. They may be single, but in case they are present in the form of a ball, तो हम उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Ball of pistil is called. Pistil is the female reproductive part. जो डॉक्टर्स फीमेल से चेक करते हैं क्या कौन सी स्पेशलाइजेशन? गायनिकोलॉजिस्ट. यहाँ पे गाइनोशियम याद करने से रहेगा. गाइनोशियम. नेक्स्ट, मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट. ठीक है. मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट दूसरी साइड पे लेबल करना है. एक साइड पे फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट लेबल करोगे, एक साइड पे मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव पार्ट. ठीक है. एंथर एंड फिलामेंट. ऑलराइट, टुगेदर stamen. 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 ठीक है. Anther and filament. Anther is the pollen producing bodies. The pollen grains are produced in the anther. The wall of stamen is called androecium. Androecium. ठीक है. ANDROECIUM. Gynoecium, androecium, calyx, corolla. Okay. The pistil, female reproductive part. Stamen, male reproductive part. So is gynoecium and androecium. यहाँ तक clear है? अब चलते हैं fertilization. What is fertilization? First of all,
fusion of male and female gametes.
yes, fusion of male and female gametes. To produce zygote. That is called fertilization. What is important for fertilization? That the male gamete should reach the female gamete. In plants, it happens with the help of pollination. So pollination, that is the transfer of pollen grains or the male reproductive cells to the stigma of same flower or different flowers. Now, our very important question which is often asked, let me draw a diagram for this. Suppose this is one plant. Okay. Suppose there is one another plant. Now, what are the different ways the pollination can take place? From same flower, okay? We call this self-pollination. This is first. Second, from one flower to the second flower, but same plant. Third, from one flower to the second flower, again, different plant. In तीनों में, which will introduce more variation? Maximum किसमें होंगे? Very good. Maximum variations will be in the third one. Reason, they are different plants. The varieties are different. The gene combinations will be different. So there will be more accumulation of variations, right? Second वाले में again the cross pollination is there, but obviously in दोनों plants के जो genes हैं, they are same. ठीक है? They have the same genetic makeup. So obviously variations के chances काफी कम. But अगर third, first वाले की बात करें, so taking place in the same flower, वही स्टिग्मा और वही पोलन ग्रेन, सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन. सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन में लीस्ट वेरिएशन होती है, क्रॉस पॉलिनेशन में ज्यादा वेरिएशन होती है, और अगर इंटरवेरिटल है तो स्टिल मोर चांसेस ऑफ वेरिएशन. ठीक है. सो ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आपको पेपर में पूछ सकते हैं, वैसे सीधे से ही है. And always you could be asked like pollination leads to fertilization. Yes, this is true. Without pollination, fertilization cannot take place. ठीक है, because pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from stigma from stamen to the stigma. ठीक है, अब इसको स्टडी करते हैं. For this, we'll be drawing the diagram of female reproductive part one more time. Just the female reproductive part. You have to redraw. अब इसकी अच्छे से डिटेल लेबलिंग करते हैं. This one we have written with stigma. This one style oval. Diagram का नाम ले लो. Germination of pollen. What do you mean by germination of pollen? When pollen falls over the stigma. Stigma basically is a sticky substance, produces some type of sugars. As a result, the outermost cyst wall breaks down. ठीक है? Suppose the pollen grain has fallen over here. So what happens? The outermost cyst wall breaks down. It dissolves. ठीक है? As a result, the male gamete comes out of it. Now we know one thing. We have studied chemotropism. Chemotropism क्या होता है? Ovary is producing certain chemicals so that there is movement of the pollen tube towards the ovary. ठीक है? Actually there is no pollen tube present over there. There is formation of pollen tube. तो वहां पे जो male gametes जैसे जैसे walk करेंगे, move करेंगे, there is a pathway which is developed, a tube which is developed. The formation of pollen tube takes place. So basically, this is chemotropism. So let's draw complete fully developed. हम दो बनाएंगे, दो pollen grains बनाएंगे यहाँ पे ऊपर. एक बनाओ pollen grain जिसके साथ छोटी सी pollen tube बना दो. ठीक है? Like this, you can draw two male gametes over there, and second pollen grain जिसकी pollen tube अब थोड़ी सी लंबी बनाओ. Allow it to reach the lower part of the over here. कलर चेंज कर देते हैं. बिल्कुल ओवरी के साथ साथ ले जाना. ठीक है? ओके. Label it as pollen tube. Allow it to enter from the lower side. Why lower side? Because ovum is present on the lower side. Let's label ovary, the different parts which are present in the ovary. 1, 2, 3 cells, तीनों cells के nucleus draw करो. Now the innermost cell, ठीक है? This one, innermost cell, is called egg. This is egg or the ovum. Okay? ओवरी के अंदर जो आपने सर्कल बनाया था, एक बड़ा वाला सर्कल, that is ovule. ठीक है? There are 3 cells, okay, total. Egg cell which is present in the middle, and there are 2 cells which are present on either sides. The name of these cells is synergate cells. Synergate cells. There are 2 synergate cells on either side. मैंने एक ही को लेबल किया, तो मैसी हो जाएगा डायग्राम, बस आप समझ लेना. डायग्राम थोड़ी सी बड़ी बनाएंगे. Ovary should be bigger in size. Stigma should be bigger in size. It's a swollen part. और इसमें हमें बहुत सारे cells बनाने हैं, so it has to be quite big. 3 cells on the top, 1 nucleus, and these cells are called antipodals. The antipodal cells. Egg or ovum in the center, 2 cells, 2 synergate cells on either side, 3 cells which are called antipodals, all 3 antipodals. And there are 2 cells in the center which are called polar nuclei. ठीक है? Polar nuclei are 2 in number, both of which are haploid, N plus N. Egg or ovum, again, which is haploid. ठीक है? Then over here, if you see, this one is pollen grain and pollen tube. I have 2 more labels, and there are 2 male gametes. ठीक है? One pollen grain will contain 2 male gametes. So first of all, this is the diagram. ठीक है? What happened when the germination of the pollen grain takes place over the stigma, and there is germination of pollen grain over the stigma. 2 male gametes are released. There is formation of the pollen tube, which was not initially present. Pollen tube is formed by the chemotrophism. All right. It enters the ovule at a point which is called micropyle. You see, micropyle is that part of the seed from where water enters the seed. If you see rajma beans or chana beans, तो बस ये कोई छोटा सा एक उसमें पोर जैसा सा होता है. अगर आप उसमें ध्यान से देखो, वो पानी अगर रखो तो उस पानी में डाल दो चने वगैरह को, तो वो ज्यादा अच्छे से फूल जाता है. And then you're able to see this more prominently. That is basically the micropyle. ठीक है? So you can actually see micropyle. Now let's study how the fertilization takes place. ठीक है? Just remember one thing, that the parent was diploid. The gamete was haploid. When the zygote will be formed, it will be again diploid. All right. So first male gamete. Fuses with ovum. Correct. Male gamete which was haploid. Ovum which was again haploid. Okay. So what is formed? Zygote is formed, which is diploid. So parent was diploid. Over here, the offspring is again diploid. So chromosome number is retained. So in case you are asked how the chromosome number is retained in the sexual reproduction, you just have to explain that gametes, they are haploid. When they fuse together, chromosome number is retained. Okay. This fusion of male and female gamete to form zygote is called syngamy. Yes, this is also called fertilization, but in plants this is also called syngamy. Okay. Gamy in simple language means marriage. What happened to the second male gamete? second male gamete, which was also haploid. Now this fuses with, if you remember, there were two polar nuclei. It fuses with both of those polar nuclei, N plus M. So how many cells are fusing together? 3. So we call this as triple fusion. Okay. So obviously the cell which will be produced will be triploid. ठीक है. अब diploid है तो वो characteristic show करेगा अपने parents वाले. मतलब that will give rise to offspring, वो zygote बनेगा. It will give rise to the exactly similar type of characteristics as the parent. ठीक है, वो slightly different as per the case. But यहाँ पे तो बना triploid. ये तो parent का नहीं था nature. मतलब this will not do the normal functions just like any other seed या फिर any other cell will do. It will not show any functions या features of the parents. This is not the hereditary information. तो बनेगा यहाँ पे क्या? यहाँ बनेगा endosperm. So this is not just any normal cell. This is endosperm. और endosperm का काम क्या होता है? Endosperm का काम nourishment करना. It provides nourishment to the seed, growing embryo, when it will be provided sufficient good conditions like air, moisture. So zygote will further give rise to embryo. है ना? Zygote divide करेगा, embryo form करेगा, and embryo will further form seed. ठीक है? तो fertilization के time तक तो क्या हुआ था? Zygote was formed, endosperm was formed. Endosperm is present around the zygote. Zygote will start dividing, it will form embryo. ठीक है? और embryo से क्या बन जाएगा post fertilization changes में? After fertilization, what will happen to the embryo? It will turn into seed. ठीक है? So seed will have all the characteristics of the parents. जैसे parents में characteristics थे वैसे या फिर उसमें जो हल्की फुल्की variations वाले along with that, so it will be able to represent same characteristics. Right? और endosperm क्या करेगा? उसको nourishment provide करेगा. Since the fertilization has taken place twice, so we call this double fertilization. Since fertilization has taken place twice, it is called double fertilization. So आपको 1 mark question से why fertilization plants is called double fertilization. So that's just one sentence answer. But in case it's asked for 3 marks, you explain double fertilization plants, you'll be writing all this. मैंने flowchart की form में बना के दिया आपको. But you'll be writing sentences, you can write down points. ठीक है? उसको अच्छे से explain करके आएंगे. And along with that, you'll be drawing the diagram of germination of pollen grain over the stigma. So that will be a complete 3 mark question along with diagram. ठीक है? उसके बिना नहीं, डायग्राम के बिना नहीं आप एक्सप्लेन करते. अब पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन चेंज. पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन क्या होगा? पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल पेटल्स, सेपल्स and anther, stigma, style, etc. shrivel off, यानी कि fall out. ठीक है? ये सब चीजें निकल जाएंगे. जैसे लाइक आप अनार के बीच में देखते हैं, तो अनार के बीच में क्या होता है? छोटे छोटे आपको पोलन ग्रेन्स दिखाई. ठीक है? we can see very small filaments and we can see some anthers over it, right? And in the center there is, it's removed from here, the stigma and the style was there, right? So basically what this is, this fruit is basically the ovary part and the seeds they are enclosed within it. तो जो हमारे पास अब बचा क्या? ovary बची. Ovary starts storing food and turns into fruit. ठीक है, दिस वाज द ओवरी पार्ट और यहाँ पे स्टिग्मा स्टाइल वगैरह है। दिस shrivel off, this all this shrivel off, ठीक है। What is left now? Only the ovary part is left. This part is left, ठीक है। ओवरी के बीच में क्या था? ओव्यूल। ओव्यूल के बीच में यहाँ पे क्या था? सीड। सो बेसिकली दिस इज अ सीड और सीड के अराउंड ये क्या बन गया? एंडोस्पर्म। We are just having this seed part, उसके अराउंड एंडोस्पर्म, and this was ovule, जो बाहर वाला था ovule. Ovule turn into seed pod, ठीक है। Egg turn into seed, ovule turn into seed pod. अब बाहर जो प्रेजेंट था complete. Now this has started storing food and this ovary turns into fruit. तो हमारे पास क्या बन गया? Seeds are enclosed within the fruit, which is characteristic feature of flowering plants. Fruit is never formed till the flower is not there, ठीक है। फ्लावर से ही फ्रूट बनता है, ओवरी से ही फ्रूट बनता है आफ्टर द फर्टिलाइजेशन हैज टेकन प्लेस, ठीक। ये डायग्राम की आपको रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं, जस्ट फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, ये पेपर में नहीं बनाना। Ovary turns into fruit, and what happened to the ovum? Fertilized ovum turn into seed. Fertilized ovum, which is also called zygote, embryo, ठीक है। Different stages are there, different names can be given to it. For fertilized ovum has, you can write on this way also, ठीक है। That's it. These are the post fertilization changes. If they asked for 2-3 marks, इनको अच्छे से learn करते हैं। अब let's study what the seed is actually and what does it consist of. सीड के बीच में दो चीजें होती हैं बेटा, एक तो सीड कोट जिसके दो पार्ट्स होते हैं, टेस्टर टेगमेंट, एंड इफ यू सी देयर इज कॉटिलिडन। Cotyledon. Cotyledon is also called seed leaves, ठीक है। Why this is called seed leaves? This is just because when you germinate the seed, what is germination of seed? What is germination of seed? When seed is given suitable conditions so that it turn into plantlet, ठीक है। Germination of seed is conversion of seed into seedling या plantlet when suitable conditions are provided. You all know what are the suitable conditions: warmth, moisture, nutrients, ठीक है, soil या nutrients, ठीक है। So when this is provided, seeds germinate. All right. So germination of seed के बीच में अब seed में तीन parts होते हैं. After it germinates, it consists of cotyledon, plumule, and radicle. This one is plumule. Plumule is the shoot part, future shoot, and the lower part is the radicle, future root. अब क्या लगता है आपको? अच्छा पहले तो ये देखो, कॉटिलेडन को सीड लीव्स हम क्यों बोलते थे? दिस इज जस्ट बिकॉज सीड व्हेन इट इज गिवन सुटेबल कंडीशंस, इवन व्हेन इट इज गिवन सुटेबल कंडीशंस, एब्सॉर्बिंग द न्यूट्रिएंट्स, मॉइस्चर से वो क्या होगा, उसका सीड कोट सॉफ्ट हो गया, है ना। नाउ इट हैज स्टार्टेड absorbing the moisture, micropyle के बीच में से water has entered. When water entered, then the enzymes become activated. When enzymes are activated, so basically step of different type of chemical reactions will start, ठीक है। तो जहाँ पे वो रुका हुआ था उसकी डॉर्मेंसी हुई पड़ी थी, ठीक है, यू रिमेम्बर अबाउट डॉर्मेंसी। तो जहाँ पे वो डॉर्मेंट स्टेज में था, विद द हेल्प ऑफ एक्टिवेशन ऑफ एंजाइम्स, नाउ द डॉर्मेंट स्टेज इज ब्रोकन डाउन, ठीक है। सो एज अ रिजल्ट इट विल स्टार्ट डिवाइडिंग, एम्ब्रियो की फर्दर डिवीजन एंड डिफरेंशिएशन विल स्टार्ट टेक, बिकॉज उसके अंदर एंजाइम्स हैं, हार्मोन्स एंजाइम्स, नथिंग बट देयर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ हार्मोन्स, ठीक है, when I say enzymes, hormones, ये सब protein substances and they are present, they synthesize inside the plant only. ठीक है, they present inside the seed. तो बेसिकली सबसे पहले वो क्या करेगा, जो कॉटिलेडन की हेल्प से वो प्लूम्यूल एंड रेडिकल बनाएगा, बिकॉज वो अभी बहुत वीक है, इतना वीक है कि वो अपना फूड खुद प्रिपेयर कर ही नहीं पा रहा है, इट्स अंडर द बेड ऑफ द सॉइल, राइट, सो इवन लाइट इज नॉट रीचिंग इट, तो उसको वहां तक पहुंचना है, तो सबसे पहले सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज क्या है कि वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स को एब्जॉर्ब करे, मॉइस्चर को एब्जॉर्ब करे, उसके लिए सबसे पहले क्या डेवलप हो, रेडिकल डेवलप हो, ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल रेडिकल की डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट हो, radical will start absorbing the moisture, it will start taking the important nutrients from the soil, ठीक है, which are important for breaking the dormancy. A dormancy has been broken down and the cotyledon is providing it food till the time it is under the surface of the soil, ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे जो plumule है वो slowly develop होगा, it will start coming out of the soil, ठीक है, and then it will develop its own seeds, leaves, and then it will start doing photosynthesis, and then the process of you complete the photosynthesis and the complete development is will start over. But till that time, this cotyledon is providing it food till the time it is inside the surface of the earth. इसलिए हम उसको seed leaves बोलते हैं. Leaves का काम क्या होता है? Food provide करना. ये seed को food provide करता है, इसलिए seed leaves है. ठीक है, तो वो मोनोकॉट होते हैं, प्लांट्स ट्राइकॉट होते हैं, दैट इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर सिलेबस. लीव्स के ऊपर जो कवर होता है, सीड्स के ऊपर सॉरी जो कवर होता है उसको टेस्टर टेक्मेन भी बोलते हैं, इवन दैट इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ एनी हाउ आवर सिलेबस, बट यू शुड नो दिस, ठीक है, एंड माइक्रोपाइल इज द पार्ट फ्रॉम व्हिच द वाटर एंटर्स, फ्रॉम वेयर द जर्मिनेशन विल begin, ठीक है, so this is all for the reproduction in plants. Next we'll be starting with the sexual reproduction in humans. Okay, तो थोड़ा सा हम इंट्रोड्यूस कर लेते हैं. यहाँ पे एक चीज हम और बता दें, there are some plants which contain only male reproductive part या plants which contain only female reproductive part. We call them unisexual flowers. So we'll start the male reproductive human reproduction next class. It's entirely no problem. Unisexual flowers, for example, we have papaya, watermelon. So these are some of the plants which have unisexual flowers which contain only stamen or pistil. So there will be a male plant and there will be a female plant. Okay. The male plant which bear the flower which have only stamen, and the female plant which bear flowers which have only carpel or the pistil. Okay. So unisexual flowers में only cross pollination will take. अब ये भी आपको पेपर में क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं, यूनिसेक्सुअल फ्लावर बाइसेक्सुअल फ्लावर किसमें ज्यादा वेरिएशंस होते हैं. Obviously, in unisexual flower, more chances are there because it's the honey cross pollination. ठीक है. And what are the bisexual flowers? They are the flowers which contain both male and female reproductive part, both stamen and pistil. For example, hibiscus, rose, etc. You can write many. Bougainvillea, है ना? Marigold, lily, ठीक है, lotus, all these are bisexual flowers. Bisexual flowers में both self and cross pollination can take. ठीक है. Lastly, एक बार फिर से समझेंगे that how chromosome number is retained in the sexual reproduction. One more time. Male parent and female parent, both of which are diploid. All right. Gametes are produced. Gametes which are N, half the number of chromosomes. Fertilization, again chromosome number is retained. zygote is diploid. ठीक है? What if this part was omitted? What if this was not present? If the gametes were not present. Yes, then the chromosome number would have been multiplying twice, third time पे twice. तो फिर तो chromosome ही रह जाती दुनिया में, है ना? So but the chromosome number needs to be retained. This is very important because chromosomes basically क्या करते हैं? Hereditary information तो है ये, chromosomes के ऊपर जो genes present हैं, वो characteristics को define करते हैं. And there are particular characteristics, particular set of characteristics in a particular species. ठीक है? All the chromosomes are 46 in number, but there are numerous genes which are present. तो अगर वो एक भी जीन कम ज्यादा हो जाएगा तो क्या होगा? Abnormal है. ठीक है? तो क्रोमोसोम रिटेन करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर द कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ लाइफ, फॉर द पर्टिकुलर स्पीशीज टू बी मूविंग ऑन फर्दर. ठीक है? यहाँ तक कोई डाउट है तो कुछ